So we were having a conversation and we were talking about artists and the things that they feel as though they need to do to consider themselves successful. Now, what do you consider success as an artist? Like, at what point?
What I consider success as an artist is when you have made it to the to a position in music where you no longer have to hustle and your songs or your production or whatever it is that you've done is making you money in your sleep. And you have control over everything that you do, and you have a freedom that not many people have.
Sounds like you're saying residual income through royalties and ownership, maybe masters.
Yeah, all of that.
What percentage of artists you think have that?
You say what artists?
What percentage of artists you think have that?
Like 1 or 2, 3% maybe.
Shit.
Why is that? Why is it? How do you prevent that from happening?
Well, this is what happens. Like when you become an artist, like, okay, like let's say you're the newest rapper in the game. And so they hit you with the $1 million signing bonus or whatever to sign over to, blah, blah, blah records.
Your likeness, right? That entity that is the character you've built.
Right. So the $1 million that they have given you, first of all, that's taxed. So
650,000.
So 600.
Got to get his cut off the top. 600,000
is let's be generous. Let's say 600,000 you walk home with.
That is generous.
That's very generous.
That is generous.
So you go home with 600,000. What's the first thing they want to do? Buy a car. Before they even have a house, they still living on 41st and Halsted. So you want to buy a car. What's the car that you want to buy? You can't buy a Bugatti because that's $1 million. So you already in the hole if you do that. Or let's say you want to buy a Range Rover.
Right.
That's 100,000.
Right.
100,000 gone. Drive it off the lot. It's worth 40,000 as soon as you drive it off the lot. So then you have 500 grand left over.
Right.
Okay, so with that 500 grand, you want to buy.
You got to stunt. You got to go out on the town and stunt with your homies.
You got to get gear, right?
You got to get gear. So you're gonna end up spending 100 grand in clothes or 50 grand in clothes at least. Yep. So let's say 50 grand. So now you got 450,000. Then you want to, go and have a big party, show everybody you made it, blah, blah, blah. That party is going to cost you, let's say, 100 grand.
Don't, in a lot of these same situations, the artists have to pay for marketing and things like that out of their
They do, but I haven't even got to that yet.
Okay.
I haven't even got to that yet.
So they're just running down.
They're just running now, so now, okay, so you got to get a place to stay. So you get your place to stay. That place is going to cost you a good, let's say it's $1 million crib. The taxes you got to pay on that and the mortgage you got to pay on it. That hole is just going to start every single month. It's just, so they're going to be done.
So let's say they put
10,000 a month.
Easily.
So they put 150,000 down, 200,000 down.
Exactly. So by another year, that artist is broke. So now what you have to do is go and do shows. So every show that they do, those people, that record company is now recouping that money because that million they gave you is there's interest added to that.
Right.
So now that million is actually like, and I'm talking they got that currency exchange interest.
That payday loan.
You know what I'm saying? That payday loan.
Like 1.6.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
they got that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So now that interest is astronomical, and you're gonna end up that 1 million gonna turn into like 3 million, and so now it's like every single T-shirt they sell, every single ticket sale, they
might be seeing pennies on the dollar.
Every dime, if they see that.
If they see anything, because you still got to pay.
Exactly.
You still got to pay what you owe.
All of that.
Because that's an advance, you said, right? You're getting an advance.
That's basically what it is, because then...
It's a signing advance.
Let's say they want to take you out to eat. All of those times that, all those shows you do. Every meal, that money is going right back to them. You paying for that.
Right. It comes out of the budget allotted to you.
It just comes out of your anus. Period.
Right.
That's like, none of that is what you own. Like, they are getting their money back some way, somehow.
Right.
Whether you end up dying or whatever, they gonna get their money.
Right.
Like, they are going to get it. So...
or you're never getting released from that contract and you just won't ever, your career will die.
And the people never read the contracts, and when they read them, they didn't read the part where it says everything that you record for the next 8 years will be ours. And then after that 8 years, the masters will still belong to us for another 30 years. So after that 30-year period is up, then you'll have the option between you and the record label
to buy
whoever to buy them back.
Right.
So you telling me I gotta buy back what I did? Like, what
is that standard? Would you say that's like the standard with deals?
It was like that's that was
the standard 360 that we hear about.
That was you know what, I heard about the 360 a whole lot, but I honestly don't know the
specifics.
Yeah, the specifics of it, but.
It sounds a lot like what you were talking about with the way that the record, like how L.A. Reid and them did TLC.
TLC,
like every single thing, all these houses, all these trucks, you think that the label's hooking you up, and then you see later on when you
there's a receipt.